Only a few years ago, there were automotive analysts and writers that believed Volvo was so weak in the US it would have to leave the market. Under Chinese conglomerate Geely's ownership, its mojo is back with its success and pride on display for all to see. Call the XC40 daring or quirky, it's an original piece of sheet metal. If IKEA made cars, they might look like this. Luckily, these are fully assembled. Like all automakers, Volvo is targeting the young buyer with the XC40, and there's a surprising amount of competition in this class. BMW X1, Audi Q3, Infiniti QX30, Mercedes GLA, the upcoming Cadillac XT4. Really? Do young buyers have this kind of money to spend on a new car? Or maybe they'll just subscribe. Yes, using the Care by Volvo phone app, an XC40 can be subscribed to for as little as $650 a month. That includes maintenance and insurance, but not those pesky taxes and registration. It's kind of a new spin on leasing a car. The vehicle can even be swapped out after a year if you want to make a statement like this lava interior that looks bolder than a big bag of Cheetos. But let's talk about the vehicle itself. A front-drive 40 starts at about $34,200. This particular one is the mid-level R-Design model, with crystal white metallic paint and packages that offer automated parking and heated steering wheel and seats. It drives the price to $43,200. Choosing all-wheel drive means upgrading to the T5 turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that offers up 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque that provides for 3,500 pounds of towing. Selecting drive or reverse with the 8-speed automatic takes 2 pumps of the selector. I'm not a fan of that. Manual shifting can be done here. Want driving modes? XC40 has them, including an off-road setting. This engine is the same one that's in the XC60, detuned a little bit here, though the 40 is smaller and lighter. This thing is pretty quick. Volvo claims a 0 to 60 time of 6.2 seconds. I believe that. While the 40 is fairly quiet, under hard acceleration, the engine note comes through, and it's not particularly refined. The ride quality is on the firm side, comfortable but not plush. In the corners, the XC40 has a spunky, crisp dynamic to it. Spunky is not a word I use very often, but it suits this car. Also, in hard cornering, the body stays pretty flat, which is unusual for a car this tall. The transmission kicks down quickly when the throttle is punched, making it responsive at speed. Hey, there's a Kia Soul, and I do mean this in the nicest possible way. The XC40 feels like a really nice Kia Soul. It has the same high seating position and styling that's far from the same old, same old. The shape won't appeal to everyone, but those that gravitate to it will love it. One thing I can say with almost complete certainty, it's been a long time since I've had orange trim in a car. As for gas mileage, I averaged 25 miles per gallon driving in my normal brisk manner, but like many in this class, XC40 wants premium fuel. Does the XC40 have a fuel-saving automatic engine start-stop system? Yes, it does. This one, not the smoothest I've ever encountered. Good thing it can be turned off. Neither the IIHS or NHTSA have crash-tested the XC40, but Volvo has, and it should earn top safety pick status. Search on YouTube for the video. This being a Volvo, there are all sorts of active electronic safety features. Standard is city safety that will automatically brake for cars, pedestrian, bicycles, and large animals. If you do a lot of highway driving, I highly suggest looking at the package that includes Pilot Assist, which is Volvo's semi-autonomous driving technology. It includes a very good adaptive cruise control and lane centering. You can take your hands off the wheel for short periods of time, but it does want you present and accounted for, and if you leave your hands off the wheel too long, you'll get a warning. There you go. Ignore that, and the system will disengage. Not all XC40 interiors are reminiscent of flaming hots. Kind of fun to see Volvo doing this kind of retina caffeine, though. I've been in a lot of cars in my days. None have as many storage nooks, slots, and bins as the 40 here. A full-sized laptop will easily stow here, and in that age-old dilemma on where to put a purse, this is ingenious. Good for groceries, too. I can see people buying this car simply as an organizer.
If you have a friend or family member that wants to borrow your car, you can use the Volvo app on your smartphone to authorize their smartphone to act as a key. And I'm assuming you can revoke that privilege if they're lousy drivers.
Volvo is known for the best seats in the business. These are good, but not the usual sumptuous thrones. Material quality is very good. I do like big panoramic roofs. User interfaces can be the deciding factor in a car these days, and I find the Volvo system attractive and solid when it comes to layout. Some of the features are too deep in the menu, and occasionally there's some lag. Like all UIs, it's worth taking some time in the showroom to find out if it agrees to your sense of tech. Apple Carplay and Android Auto are along for the ride.
So, what do you think of the lava orange interior? I like it. It's got kind of a 70s retro vibe to it. If only this were shag carpet, that would complete the look. The back seat isn't half bad either. The seats are kind of high, so thigh support is good. Knee, foot, and legroom, pretty generous.
The door bins, again, are huge, and there's even a cubby here. Pockets on both seats. Nice. This is the new USB-C standard. Make sure you have the proper cables. I'm surprised there are no heated seats back here at the R design level, considering how cold Sweden gets. There are belts for 3, keep it to 2, and passengers will have little to complain about.
Shopping for this much TP can be an awful lot of work. Now you can have Amazon deliver it or anything else to your car, no matter where it's parked. All you need is an active Volvo on-call account. That gives the delivery person a one-time use digital key to open up the boot, stash your loot inside. You don't have to be anywhere near the vehicle. It's great if you don't feel comfortable with packages waiting on your porch or if you're trying to keep the delivery a surprise.
There's storage under the load floor for snacks. Okay, I'm done with that gag, I promise. Not only does it become a divider, complete with bag hooks, it folds again to move out of the way. A plus, the security cover doesn't need to be left behind. It can be stashed here when maximum cargo capacity is needed. Those clever Swedes. Dropping the seat backs is as easy as this, and the space is quite large. While it's not a 40-20-40 split setup, it's the next best thing for bringing home shelving and such. As for capacity, with 4 people aboard, XC40 is a solid chore machine, scoring a half dozen in the TP trunk test. As far as design, XC40 comes dangerously close to approaching the styling of the first-generation Jeep Compass. The Volvo is far more successful, though. Look close, and there are some nicely crafted facets in the body. It can be ordered up with or without a contrasting roof. Nice that it's not just a small version of the XC90 and 60. Looking at you, Audi and Mercedes. It's not easy for automakers to do something creative these days, considering safety regulations and aerodynamic concerns, not to mention how the general public will embrace it. It's refreshing to see Volvo producing something out of the box. The XC40 is fun to look at, fun to drive, doubles as a storage locker, and brings new personality to the brand. It might not be affordable to young buyers starting their careers, but its spirit is definitely young at heart. I asked the Volvo folks about future XC40 drivetrains, and while they don't comment on future product, auto writers hear that line a lot, they will say that starting in 2019, all new Volvos will be electrified, either mild hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or fully electric. So let your imagination run wild. A footnote to this review, I was looking up a fun fact on Cheetos, which I love if you can't tell, and ran across this, which is a thing. Seriously, handy if you're at parties and don't want Cheeto dust on your fingers. Perhaps your friends will ridicule you, but sleep well knowing they're cheese resistant and BPA free. She looks thrilled, don't you think?
That's how I feel about the new Volvo XC40. Obviously, Not everybody is going to embrace the design, but it sure is nice to see something fresh in the marketplace. Plus, it's pretty clear the Volvo engineers were thinking about the owners when they put this thing together, with lots of great storage and technology and lava orange interior. Definitely not the same old, same old. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.